Well, so chaps, we got Jack back. Someone's been rolling a fag on here. That's grim. Not us.
No.
Yes, we got Jack back, who's you've been a trustee for a year. No, it's not a year, is it? 6 months.
6 months,
something like that. So you're still wet behind the ears and learning as you go.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
How you finding it?
I love it, mate. I love to be part of something that I've got a lot of like strong feelings and beliefs with, and I fully support the direction that we're going with it.
Let me put on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I suppose it's just finding my feet. I mean, understanding how a charity works is. I don't think people fully realise or appreciate how many moving parts and how many things are actually involved.
It's hard graft, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So getting my head around that, and I suppose it's just finding my voice and finding my place with it.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. Well, I appreciate your help. Appreciate your help, man. But I think what I wanted to do in this video, because I remember I think I was like, when my gallbladder blew up, I was like injured for like 2 weeks, and when I've broken my own back and spine, same thing. It's mentally challenging, especially because I know we're quite similar. I know you're like ultra runner and all that stupid stuff, but with me, like I love walking miles and miles and miles, hiking. I have done for absolute years, like cycling and MTB, like the MTB, not the annoying ones.
Don't stop it, Dan.
Not the road ones. They're like 25 abreast or whatever. They're all good. But it's just, I really, really struggled with it. And I know you, 3 months ago, you had a new spine?
Basically, December 9th, mate, 2025. I had a discectomy done. Where they just shaved the disc, basically the bit that's poking out and has been causing me mischief for like 16 months. They make an incision, drill a hole in my spine, go in, shave the disc, sew me back up, and walk me out of there.
Walk yourself out of there.
Yeah, walk myself out of there. So. But it was such a fucking long journey with it, mate.
Well, how long was you suffering with it? Because I reckon it must be at least 6 months.
Yeah, so originally I did it because loads of people ask, they go, have you just done that from all your running that you're doing? It's not actually to do with the running. Yeah. I don't think the running helps. So
it's the drinking, isn't it?
I will concede and say that I think that the running probably did aggravate it a little bit. But originally I did it way back in 2018 where
So how many marathons you done?
I've done 9.
Right, okay.
9 marathons.
Yeah. Stupid, man.
So I fell over in Bury St Edmunds. I slipped on a sheet of ice and I landed right on my tailbone. Right, okay. That's basically where it all stemmed from. So I managed to resolve it back then, or partially deal with it through physio and just coming off the gas pedal when it come to training and whatnot. And then it reoccurred in like 2019, 2020. Again, bit of physio.
So that would have been tail end of COVID as well, wasn't
it? Yeah. So sorted it all out back twice, and then long period with no issues with my lower back. Training lots, probably trained more during that period than I ever have. Yeah. And no reoccurrences, absolutely fine. And then 2024, I went on a trip to Thailand for a month. Went out there for a month, and
won't say any jokes.
Don't say any jokes. But I had a really good time out there. And somewhere along that line, I re-injured it, so I did the same thing. I think it was when I was shifting some heavy luggage. I think I was standing a little bit awkwardly, manoeuvred it, and it just went. I felt it. It was like a little jolt in my back. And then over the next couple of weeks, I just started to get all the tingling sensation down my leg, all the sciatic nerve pain, lower back pain. Mobility was getting a little bit more difficult, lower back pain, all that. It wasn't good. So I started the whole rigmarole again of physio, GP referrals, all that sort of stuff, and started the process. But it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. It wasn't going anywhere. And anyone that's got the same issue knows it's a really long process before you actually get some proper action. Well, it's not just physical,
it's mental as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So I think for the first sort of 6-7 months, I managed to sort of deal with it and train around it, which was fine in a sense. I managed to I ran another marathon in that period, And I actually ran my fastest ever marathon as well. Yeah, so it's not all boo-hoo, because I actually managed to achieve something really. I've been, really had my sights set on for so long, and I managed to get it. But I wasn't fit. I wasn't fit enough for it because of my injury. And then I think literally doing that was probably the final straw with it, because I then, following that, like another month or so later, I had a couple of bad muscle spasms, which then led me to needing to start some medication, some painkillers and some nerve blockers. And then from there, it just spiralled and got worse and worse and worse.
Because almost over like that journey, because obviously we've spoken quite a lot through it, and I know we went to Felix, so we've done the odd bits and bobs, haven't we? But I'm like, you could feel, it's not just seeing he's struggling, but I think there's a couple of moments where I'm like, his mental health's not cracking. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, obviously I'm used to the mental Jack who's running around
I know,
up
mate.
and down the mountains. I was like, okay, he's not quite right.
And I'll be honest, it's only really now where I'm starting, literally the last week or so, where I'm starting to feel I'm coming back, kind of thing.
Physically or mentally?
Both, I think.
Yeah,
both, because I think once I started the medication, I couldn't train anymore. My mobility was shit. I was in pain all the time. The only thing I had going for me was my work. And my work isn't the most like stable, solid, supportive environment.
You can change on the flipper quite as well, can't it?
But it's routine, and that routine enabled me to have some sort of purpose and function. But my head definitely went. Physically, I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't eating great because I couldn't do anything to look after myself. And it just got worse to a point where I ended up. I'd been away for a weekend with some friends, heavily medicated, to be able to manage it. And on return, getting out of my mate's car, I had the single worst, painful experience of my entire life. Just this real intensely sharp nerve pain in my lower back and all down my right leg. I was in the process of getting out of my mate's car, and I couldn't stand upright, and I couldn't put my right leg to the floor just because of the pain that I was in. It was horrific, and that took me a good sort of 10 minutes of just my mate stood there holding me upright for me to just sort of massage my leg down and get myself upright.
That must look well weird to anyone else in a car.
I know. I was able to walk myself home, but then when I got home, I actually realised I'd actually wet myself. Which...
Actually, I think you told me about that.
So that... it wasn't like he's a fucking mess, hungover sort of thing. It was actually scared the shit out of me, because that's one of the first things they told me. My GP told me one of the real bad signs you need to keep an eye on with any sort of slip disc or disc herniation is loss of bowel function. That's called cauda equina. It's basically where it crushes the nerve and you lose bladder and bowel function. So I wasn't. I was pretty terrified. I got on the phone to my mate straight away, and I said, "Mate, you got to get me to the hospital right away." And he did. He come round, got me, took me to A&E. Ipswich Hospital were actually fucking spot on. I think they realised quite quickly that it was serious. They gave me some morphine straight away. Which is fucking outstanding stuff. I can't knock that.
Other options are available.
But that was my first experience with oral morphine. And that was it was so fast acting. It didn't get rid of the pain. But it made me so much more relaxed. I was able to manage it. They'd done scans, did what they needed to do. Basically, they said that it wasn't, to the extreme level where the disc had got worse and it was now crushing nerves. They said I'd basically just experienced some acute nerve pain from being sat in a seated position for a long journey. The muscles were obviously inflamed, and then I'd experienced this real intense pain, and then that had caused the temporary bladder function loss that I experienced.
Did you write yourself off? It must have gone through your head a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest,
Because I think I would, because I remember, this was years ago, I remember one day waking up, nowhere near your thing, I remember waking up and one side of my face had dropped.
shit.
Yeah, no, it's first thing, you can imagine, the first thing I thought was, oh, I've had a stroke. And I was all freaking out and whatever else. So that was going, and it was getting worse as I was watching it. Maybe that bit was mental or whatever else, but I remember watching it, it felt like it was getting worse. And then I was just like, that's it, game over now for me. And then, funny enough, I was in a pub actually, because I lived above a pub, and someone was like, oh, it might not be that, it might be Bell's palsy, just ring up the doctors.
Yeah.
And straight away, I'm not living like this. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm done now, game over. And that, thankfully, the doctor like just gave me, I think they gave me steroids for a couple of weeks or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, I think, so following that incident, thankfully things started to speed up a little bit more with getting some action taken. So I then got a referral to a spine specialist, and then he referred me on for pre-op assessment, and then eventually the operation that I had in December. But that period from like that incident to the point of having surgery, it was just awful, mate. I couldn't. Essentially, I was medicating to a point where I was able to get myself to work, and then when I was getting home, I was literally just laying on the floor of my living room. I couldn't sit in a chair because being sat in a chair like this was just excruciating pain. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to be laying in bed.
Did you want to go and get that high chair from there?
I think
there's one behind there.
I didn't want to be laying in bed, so I'd get home and I was able to shower and look after myself in that sense, and then I'd be laid on my living room floor.
No gym, no nothing.
Couldn't go to the gym, couldn't walk, couldn't do all the things that I like doing, getting out. I couldn't travel, I couldn't do anything longer than like 25 minutes, half an hour in the car. Yeah, it's bad. I just couldn't do it. That's why I couldn't do the Skinflint Rally.
No, I remember.
That's what
even though we did a video to promote that Skinflint Rally, didn't we?
We did. And then I couldn't do the mountain just because of the journey and the fact I'd just be laying in a tent, and I knew I wouldn't be able to manage it. So it just wrote me off. It wrote me off for a good sort of 3-4 months, and I mean, so that naturally, my head just went. I just thought, fuck, like if this doesn't work, or this surgery doesn't go to plan, and I'm just stuck like this, I'm done. Like I don't serve a purpose. I can't just work and that be my life. That's not how I can't function like that. And then also, there's all the medication they had me on, which does nothing for your head. Like, gabapentin, naproxen, diazepam, paracetamol, ibuprofen. I was on so much medication.
So you wouldn't be sleeping properly either?
Not sleeping properly.
Well, when I say that, I know some of them knock you out. Some of them can knock you out for like 8 hours or whatever else, or maybe even longer. But I think a lot of them, they can block out the REM sleep. Which REM sleep is a bit what sorts out all of your
reset.
No, exactly. It gets rid of all the bad memories and sorts your head out properly.
I had a bunch. I'd probably say half a dozen days where I'd wake up in the morning. They're always on like either a weekend or my rest days, so I didn't have work to get up and go to. So I'd wake up, I'd immediately experience the pain, and then I'd lean over in bed and I'd just look at my sideboard where I had like all my medication stacked up. And the amount of time I just looked at it and just thought, fuck it, I'll just take a whole lot. Do you know what I mean? And it would take me.
No, I get it, man. Like, this is the thing, and I hate it when people go, "Oh, you shouldn't talk like that." But I'm like, in those situations, like with me, when what was it? When Faye and I got married, I come back from my honeymoon. I think we're in Spain or something, Majorca, that was of all places to go on honeymoon. Didn't plan that one properly, but we come back and I had something called I remember it was literally the next day. I literally got so dizzy, it was chucking up, and she took me to the hospital. And she had said, this is a Saturday night of all things, I'm chucking up, dizzy, could not even stand up. Just hit me literally 2 hours after landing the plane. It might have been the next day actually, but it happened so quick. And then they'd done this, so they'd done all this thing, they're like, you got vertigo, this, and then someone else said you got this, someone else said that. But this dragged out of me like having this constant, it eased off, but I had this constant dizziness. And strange enough, the only time the dizziness stopped was when I was riding my motorbike, and back then when I was doing
Really?
tracks and racing and all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
So when I was moving fast,
You
it
didn't
stopped.
notice it.
It was really, really weird. I kept, and there's nothing on the NHS. I'm alive because of the NHS. You got a new spine because of the NHS. Whatever. I'm a massive fan of it, but it was like no one was listening to me.
Yeah.
And I think it got to the point where I said to a nurse, I can't remember who it was. This is months later after. I've just listen to me, please. You've got to be able to do so. Drug me up, do something. And they kept every now and again. They kept giving me these weird exercises and flip yourself round, and it felt like a bit of a weird thing to, like, are you taking the piss?
No, you're getting fobbed off.
But anyway, yeah, so I went into one of the appointments, and I was like, I need help to fix this because I can't do my job, I can't even go for a walk, I can't do anything. I'm not enjoying life, and it's just even dizzy in your sleep. I was like, I will kill myself. I have no choice to kill myself. And straight away they're like, oh, don't live like that. You've got so much to live for.
Who said that to you?
This were people. I think it was a GP. It might have been the hospital. I think it was a GP. It was a medical setting, but you shouldn't talk like that. I was like, I can't function as a human being. I can't function as a man. I can't function as a dog. I went on for over. I think it was over a year.
Cool, mate.
And I remember, do you know what? And I still feel bad. And I've got a message to that woman. I then got booked into this thing to, I think it was Ipswich Hospital. This woman, yet again, she was lovely. I think she was due for retirement as well. So she's obviously done that job for a few years.
Yeah.
And she goes, right, just lie down for the bed. And the way she felt a bit not regimental of just process. Lie down, I'll sort it all out. And I'm thinking, and I was quite rude to her. I was like, someone else has had a go at doing this. And whatever else. And she literally beat the crap out of me on this bed. They get like your head and spin you around and flip you around, and they get your head and I don't want to do it in case I'm bringing it, but they like flip you around.
Beating the crap out of you.
Yeah, no, literally beating the crap. And then from that second, she was just like, she was like, just get up slowly. You know that whole thing, all the health and safety, get up slowly. And I remember trying to get up really quick and nearly was sick of myself, so I should have listened to her. I remember getting up slowly, and it took about 15 minutes, and I shit you not, it was gone. Everything was gone. And I remember, and the bit I feel bad about, as I said to her, I was just like, why didn't they I could have done this at home. And she straight away was like, it's taken me 22 years to learn how to do that. And I felt bad at that time. I just wanted to get out, but I felt just generally bad for months, probably years afterwards. But lo and behold, I knew somebody who it turned out I knew somebody who worked with her, so I passed the message on. She's probably forgotten about me. Do you know what I mean? But I think when going, I don't want to make it all about me. I think it's what people don't realise. I think is it worse for men? I don't know. I could only speak as a man, and I speak to loads of men. When everything's been taken away, medical or anything else, do you know, when life just hit the rock bottom that much, and they go, I think that the end is nigh now, I'm done.
Oh, mate,
sometimes I get it. It's not right. I want to emphasise, it's not right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go, no, do you know what, I get it. And so if you like the medical stuff, so if you're looking at these, for any care,
I had no option but to be just totally honest with people where I was at. Like those days waking up, and like I say, it's probably about half a dozen times where I'd wake up and I thought, fuck, I'm done. Like, I'll just end it. What's the point? I'm just in pain every day. I can't function. I can't do anything that I enjoy. I'm not living my life at the moment. I can't go out with my mates.
It's horrible, isn't it?
I can't go out on any dates. I can't go travelling. I can't go running. I can't go to the gym. I can't do anything. I'm just in pain and I'm working and medicated. It was awful.
That's
awful,
not living life.
No, it's not. And
or enjoying life. That's
no,
the thing.
Definitely not. And I think that, the medication, the impact that it had on me. Because they don't tell you this, but if you're taking a heavy dose of opiates every day, that affects your mental health as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That massively leads to...
What I said about the REM sleep.
Yeah, it can cause bouts of depression and it affects your sleep, and it's... it's just bad. I was not in a good place, mate, and it was a long haul. And I think that's the only advice I would give to anyone that's got the same sort of issue. You just have to. It's a long road, but you have to stick it out. Yeah, and I've realised that now.
How did you do it? I know you said about talking, because I remember even on WhatsApp every now and again, I'd ask you a question, like, how are you doing and whatever, and I noticed it was getting more and more, but I'm not digging at all, but you're being more personal or open. I think they're the kind of same thing. I just noticed,
mate, it was bad,
which is good, because I think it also made me like, help others. Do you know what? I'll give them a couple of days.
Yeah.
I think like that trustee meeting. No, I think to be fair, that trustee meeting, what we had to cancel, I didn't invite you to because I knew you was having the operation, and I know you'd get upset about it. Not upset, but it's just like, well, so it's just like, okay, with that, I'll give them a couple of days.
Yeah.
And if sometimes you'd say something like, oh, do you want to come Felix Day?
Yeah.
And do, do,
100%, mate. I just, it was draining. It was really hard, and I know I'm not the only one with it, but I think my lifestyle and how I like to do things, it just totally restricted me.
Yeah.
And, it's even just the simple things. It's like getting up in the morning and cleaning my teeth.
Yeah.
Putting my shoes on in the morning. They used to be fucking horrible tasks because I was just in pain and I couldn't manage it. What I was taking would it would just take the edge off.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't cure anything. It wouldn't completely dull the pain.
Yeah.
It would just take the top end. If that's the pain level, it'd just take the top of it off. And it's relentless. Fast forward. Eventually, get to 9th of December. I have to have the pre-op assessment.
You never did give me a birthday card. It's the 9th of December. You could have nipped to the shop.
I did wish you a happy birthday, didn't I? I was in hospital and I wished you a happy birthday.
You could have got a wheelie down there or something. But
Anyway, so I had the surgery, and even in recovery, they try and pump you full of loads of painkillers and all this, and I think I'd set my sights on, right, once I've had the surgery, I'm getting off all these meds. I hated taking the meds. I had to request several reviews of my medication with my GP throughout the period that I was on them, because I don't think I would have got one if I hadn't requested it. But then you have the surgery, and then they load you up. I get a big bag of medication, morphine, painkillers, the lot.
Yeah.
I just sat there, I'm like, fucking hell. I was like, all right. So I requested with the doctor, I said, can I, how do I wean off this? I said, because I don't want to be on this long term.
Yeah. Well, especially because of your job, you obviously see accidental addiction as well.
Oh, mate, yeah.
And accidental addiction is a real thing.
Yeah, and I just, I wanted a plan. So I spoke to the doctor, but I mean, if the plan that they gave me, because I was on such a high dose, it was a really long withdrawal that I had to go through. That was going to take months, and I just looked at it, I was like, I can't keep taking the meds for that long. Yeah. So in my mind, I was like, I think I tempted the idea of maybe just going cold turkey. Yeah. Glad I fucking didn't, because when I'd done a bit of research on it and then saw oh no, with the painkillers I was on, it could cause seizures and all sorts of mad shit. I was like, okay, right, I won't go cold turkey.
I think you can get cysts in your stomach.
Oh mate, it's not good. So, but I dramatically reduced the weaning off period. So by week 4, I was completely off all medication.
Yeah. No, good on you. So if we can go back to quick, I'm well aware I probably made it a Dan show quickly. When you're looking at those medications and whatever else, what stopped you from? I know you only thought about maybe that's an option, but what prevented you from doing that? I'm not saying you were suicidal risk at all. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, well, I mean, there was risk there, mate. Yeah, there was 100%. There was risk there, and I'll be honest with you. It was a couple of those days that was really hit and miss.
Can't blame you, mate. I know I shouldn't say that as a CEO or whatever.
Yeah, but it was, mate. That's the raw honesty of it. It genuinely was. That was hit and miss, and I think the only thing that was sort of keeping me going was the idea that though there's something that can be actioned here, something can happen that will help. I think. If I'd have, fortunately, every doctor, specialist, nurse, everyone that I spoke to throughout the whole thing, for all NHS staff, fantastic. Yeah. Everyone was really, really good, very supportive, and very much gave me hope.
When it's serious,
Yeah, they all gave me hope for the future. So I think that, coupled with the fact that I saw like some destination that I could get to where I wouldn't have as much pain as what I was in, that helped. But then also it always comes back to like family, friends, and just the thought of I can't take my life away from all these people right now, because it's not. That wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be good. Yeah. And that was the only thing I had really. I think there's internally I wasn't happy with who I was in those times, but yeah, thankfully it was where I'm at now. Get all the way to like post surgery. I'm 7 weeks post op tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm far better off now. I mean, just this morning I was able to clean my teeth, put my shoes on, with little to no...
Well, it's dignity, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it's just so nice now. And like, even just driving my car this morning, like I've probably driven for about half hour, 40 minutes in my car, get to here, and I'm able to get out of the car with no nerve pain. Yeah. It's fucking lovely, mate.
Got to get back in it yet.
But it's just little things like that where I realise that's a blessing, and that there's something's happened here that's good. Yeah. I've realised that it's a journey. It's a long process, despite the fact they go, oh, this is sorted now. They give you a 12-week period of recovery, and it's not just that 12 weeks.
Well, you've got to build yourself back up to gym level as well.
Yeah, so that 12
I think that'll be the tipping point, because you'll be wanting to push.
Oh, no. It's hard enough now, mate, to be fair, but I think that they give you that 12-week period, and then what you don't realise is that's just like the post-surgery 12 weeks. So, like, by the end of that 12 weeks, they're like, oh, yeah, like, surgery-wise, you're good. Yeah. But, like, the actual... Because I was, like, 16 months of taking medication and dealing with this, the knock-on effect is all the nerve endings that I'd been blocking for so long are now all starting to fire back up again because I'm not taking any medication. Yeah. And that process is long. That's like months. Months before. So I'm probably still going to be experiencing little jolts, little nerve issues.
You've got to learn yourself again as well.
Yeah, so it's still a while off before I'm 100%. But the fact that I'm walking every day now, and I'm able to do basic tasks with no pain. I can stretch. I can even... like I say, I'm walking every day, but I'm starting to do like body weight exercises at home, and it's just nice, mate. It's nice to be at that point where I can do all those things and not have to like worry about how much medication I'm taking, or the fact that I'm gonna have to go, or I've done this, so I'm gonna have to take some meds in the morning, because otherwise I'm gonna be in fucking agony. Like,
got to rebuild yourself.
Yeah, it's baby steps, and naturally with that. My head is way better. Since the surgery, I've been so much more positive. The bad days, as I described them, are few and far between. Like the time in between those bad days is getting greater now. And it's because I can do all the things that I like to do.